What is up, noobs and noobettes? Charles or Atingleee here with another Call of Duty video. This is actually episode 3 of my Getting Better at CoD series, and this episode will focus on winning more gunfights. Just quickly, I had to cut some off the end of this video because it was starting to get a little too long for my liking, but I'll definitely include that information in the next tutorial video. To start, I just want to mention quickly that in a game like Call of Duty, being able to get the first bullets on your opponent is really important and it'll give you a big advantage. So hopefully the tips I give you now will put you in situations where you're able to get the first shots on target, and you'll definitely start noticing more gunfights being won in your gameplay. Okay, so my first tip is called pre-aiming, and basically what this means is that when you're turning a corner, you aim down sight before you actually turn the corner. This gives you a big advantage as it will allow you to snap onto the target a lot quicker without having to aim down sight. Obviously it doesn't take that long to aim down sight, but any little advantage you can give yourself in a gunfight to get those first shots will be a big advantage for that gunfight. Obviously you don't want to do this around every corner, and you only want to do it in high traffic areas, as these places are more likely to contain opponents and it will allow you to be more prepared for those gunfights. Be sure to partner this with centering, as it will allow you to snap those targets just that little bit quicker, as you already be prepared for a person to be in that general direction. And if you don't know what centering is, be sure to check out my previous tutorial on improving your aim. Okay, so my second tip is called prefiring. This can be used alongside pre-aiming depending on the situation, but say you know that there's a person around this corner, you can basically come around this corner already shooting, and that'll allow you to get your shots on target before he can, and it'll definitely give you an advantage in that gunfight. Obviously, like I mentioned, you only use this when you know that there's an opponent around the corner. Either you saw him, or he just shot at your teammate, or maybe you saw him on a UAV or something. Whatever the situation, make sure you come out already shooting, and you'll definitely be able to kill that opponent, or at least have an advantage in that gunfight. Alright guys, my third tip is head glitches, and basically if you're standing behind a tall object like this, you can still see a lot, whereas if an opponent is looking at you, they can only see your head or the tip of your head. The reason this is called a head glitch, as in some situations like this one for example, if you're standing behind this, you can probably see like 80% of the opponent's body if they're standing in front of you, whereas they can only see like half your head. And for some reason, it's almost as if your character's holding the gun up at his forehead and can somehow still shoot. And yeah, that's pretty much why it's called a head glitch. Definitely use this to your advantage, guys. There's a lot of them around the map, and it allows you to hold off an area really well, especially with a gun like an assault rifle. Okay, my fourth tip is to play in a way that complements your weapon. So basically, if you're using a submachine gun, you want to try to avoid long lines of sight like these ones in the middle, and you definitely want to stick to more close range engagements, as that's the optimum range for the submachine gun, and it'll allow you to win more gunfights in that range. For example, if you're turning this corner and there's an assault rifle there, you can aim down sight a lot quicker, and you also have a much higher fire rate, so you'll definitely have an advantage in this gunfight and be able to kill him a lot quicker than he can kill you, because you're in your optimum range and he obviously isn't. And going off that, if you're using an assault rifle, be sure to stick to medium range engagements, sometimes long range depending on the weapon, as this is the optimum range and you can definitely hold off areas, especially if you utilize head glitches. Obviously with sniper rifles and light machine guns, you want to utilize medium to long range as well, and with shotguns you definitely want to stick in that close range engagement. Alright guys, my last and final tip is to be a difficult target. You definitely want to utilize the new movement mechanics to your advantage. If you haven't already, be sure to watch my advanced movement tutorial as well as my sliding tips tutorial, as this will allow you to take advantage of the new movement mechanics and definitely use them to your advantage. You want to do things like utilizing height to your advantage. For example, if there's a guy around this corner here, if you're all the way up here, he's not going to expect you to come around flying over the top of him, and you'll definitely be able to get first shots on and definitely win that gunfight. Along with this, you want to utilize cover around the map, and you definitely don't want to just be a sitting duck running around like an idiot. I know I say definitely a lot, guys, just bear with me. It's kind of a filler word I use, and I definitely need to work on that. I just said it again as I was telling you guys that I say it a lot. But yeah guys, make sure you use cover to your advantage, as this will allow you to give the opponent a smaller target to shoot at, and it will definitely give you an advantage in that gunfight. Also be sure to do the unexpected. Say you're having a gunfight with your opponent here and they back out for cover, you can just run around here and maybe catch them off guard like that. Just little things like this, guys. If you're doing the unexpected, your opponent won't really know where to look in order to kill you, and it'll buy you that small bit of time in order for you to get those first shots on, and as I mentioned, that is key. So make sure you utilize all these tips I mentioned to you guys, and definitely start earning some more noobs. Anyways guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, as it shows me this is the type of content you guys like seeing. Be on the lookout for some more gameplay commentaries coming out very soon, later this week as well as the start of next week. If you have any constructive criticism or ideas for future videos, be sure to drop a comment in the comment section below. I think that's pretty much it for now. Until next time, peace out, noobs.